Welcome. Looks like tonight we're going to have some Friday night hoops here at Bowie State University. It's the visiting San Diego Sharks traveling a long way from the west to the east to take on the Capital Seahawks here in Bowie, Maryland. About 40 minutes from the DC area. Here we are in Bowie. And of course, these two squads looking like the starting lineups coming out now. Let's start with the visiting San Diego Sharks, 2-5 on the season. They'll have Javon Nutter in the backcourt, as well joined with Trace Demef, Jeloni Mitchell, and Dion Davis, as well as their final player, Qua Gredic. That's Gredic, who is leading this team in about every stat category you could think of offensively, and he's going to have a heavy load tonight as he has to face off against the Capital Seahawks, who are coming out with the Chicago Bulls intro music. They mean business. They are 11-0 on the season. Only a couple teams have really given them a challenge so far this year. The New York Phoenix and the Virginia Valley Vipers. Both those games within 2 points or less. But the Seahawks able to fly away in flying colors in both of those results with dubs. And now their starting lineup coming out tonight. Starting in the backcourt, Andre Fox leads this squad in points per game, 4th in the league overall. And Marcus Kennedy not falling too far behind, 2nd on this team in points per game, 1st in rebounds, and averaging a double-double on the season. And now Naz Kaur, number 8 for the Capital Seahawks, coming out for the first time in a little while. Last 2 games has not played, has played in 2 of the last 5. They've been missing their former 2nd up leading scorer. And just falling behind him, a guy that leads the entire league in blocks, that's Chris Ray, number 12 for the Seahawks. And last but not least, joined by number 22, that's Bino Smith. Not too much opportunity on this hardwood this year for Mr. Smith, but tonight we're going to see some action from him, a former G League player, previously Cal State Bakerfield. So him coming out tonight is going to be huge for the Seahawks, which we will have coming up in just a minute. It is crazy how light the San Diego Sharks have traveled this week. Only 6 players in total. And if you know anything about basketball, that means there's only 1 sub for this Sharks squad. They're going to have their work cut out for them tonight. It's a lonely bench next to head coach Brandon Cheeks. How about some keys to the game before we get into this? First off, some season themes for the San Diego Sharks. When opponents have scored more than 100-plus points on the Sharks, they lose. And in games, they limit opponents to 100 points or less. They are 2-0, undefeated on the season. They have, in their last 3 games, won 2 of those. And those are actually their only 2 wins of the season. The San Diego Sharks 2-5 on the year, whereas the Seahawks are 11-0. And they have already faced off. This is the 3rd matchup between these squads all time. In 2 games versus the Sharks this season, the Seahawks have kept the Sharks under 100 points. And in those games, the Seahawks have won by an average of 39 points. Let's see if the Sharks can shift history tonight as we are getting set for the tip now. Here's the tip, getting set for it. Marcus Kennedy, as well as Julio Guiti. Kennedy tips the ball up, but it's recovered first, this time by the Sharks. Qua Gredic has it. And now moving the ball now. Gets it off to Jeloni Mitchell, who's on the wing. Little off-ball screen, frees up Gredic, who's in the corner. Now the wing, swinging the ball all the way around the horn. That's Trace Demef, who has it. Down low on the block now, it's Guidi. Kicks it out, Demef, a long wing 3, off the glass! The first 3 in Naz Kaur's lip to get things going here at Bowie State. A 3-0 lead for the Sharks. And now a response as the Seahawks get across half court. Nas Kaur calling Bino Smith over. Looks like they're trying to set up a play. Chris Ray gets it down low. Juggling the ball there is Marcus Kennedy. And there's a corner fade from Nas Kaur off the back iron. Rebounded there from Javon Nutter. And now passed off to Jeloni Mitchell, who turns it away. Marcus Kennedy breaking. Bino Smith, a long cross-court pass to Andre Fox, who gets it off to Nas Kaur. Back to Fox, and now Chris Ray. The ball flying everywhere. Sloppy basketball in these first two possessions from the Seahawks. We're going to get a jump ball off that last one. And because it's NBA rules, we're actually doing a jump ball. This 94-50 league introduced this year 8 teams across the East and West Coast. Head coach Mike Burrows thinks it could be the next big professional league. Won the tip is the Seahawks. Nas Kaur gets the rebound, gets it off to Bino Smith, who tries his first tray of the game. That one just a little long. Rebounded now from Greenwich, who leads this team in assists and rebounds. And now working the ball. Greenwich has it back on the wing. Working on Andre Fox, his team's leading scorer. Little bump fade there, off the mark. Rebounded, Bino Smith and the Seahawks. Gets it into the front court. Bino Smith, a smooth crossover to a dime inside. Andre Fox swinging the ball. Now Nas Kaur, an open three. Bottoms for Kaur. No days off for him. After his last couple performances, he's been watching from the bench. Drills the Seahawks' first 3 of the game. Now Jeloni Mitchell gets it off to the screen. Set there from Geety. Greenwich opts not to use the screen. Has Nas Kaur on an island and says, I can handle him myself. Best 1v1 player in the country. Gets put on a one-way flight. And Greenwich flies that bucket home. Now working on the elbow is Marcus Kennedy. Nas Kaur over to Andre Fox. Can't get that 3 to go. Looking for the foul. Rebounded Chris Ray, keeping the play alive. Gets it off to Kennedy for the deuce. Things 5-5 to start. Again, only 6 players who traveled for San Diego, whereas this Capital Seahawks team, who is home here in Bowie, Maryland, full loaded bench. Now Greenwich on the wing. Has Chris Ray, uses the screen there from Mitchell to get all the way. Goes up and gets fouled. Looks like Greenwich might be our first person at the line tonight. One more look. You see Greenwich, little hezzy, pump fake here. Uses the screen there from Mitchell, takes it all the way to the racks, and then double teamed there from Kennedy and Ray. He will be our first free throw shooter of the day. Now a reset shot clock 2 at 24. Making sure the referee over there on the far side. And the first free throw of the night, good as gold from Greenwich. Greenwich has been dominant for this squad all season. It's really just been the Greenwich show for this Sharks squad as he gets both free throws at the line there. Now inbounded from Kennedy. And Nas Kaur, who's been out for this team for a little while, dumps it off to Bino Smith at the wing. Gets it to the elbow, and Kennedy. The ball lost as Nas Kaur recovers, drives inside, gets fouled there from Mitchell. And that's something the Sharks are going to have to watch out for. This whole squad is going to get an absurd amount of minutes tonight. Expect 48 from most of these guys. There's only 6 players as that shot wide right from Kennedy. His first jumper of the day. Greenwich uses the screen there. No roll found as Trace will drive inside. High lofted off the glass there from Demeth, who's missed it. Now Greenwich gets a 3 in the corner, and it's good as gold from Greenwich. Gives the Sharks the lead early in this first quarter. Now double digits for the Sharks. Andre Fox dumps it off to Nas Kaur, gets it back. Finds Chris Ray going baseline, who finds Bino Smith in the corner. His second 3 of the night. Attempted, but not good. And now crossing half court is Greenwich. 6 games played so far this season, 5 starts. Gredic, beautiful work there. A little fake jumper at the elbow. Dumps it off to Geety, who gets fouled under the rim. Unless they called that one a jump ball. Let's take one more look. It's like Geety gets his own rebound, and yeah, Kennedy gets all ball there, and they call a jump ball, as you see on the far end. We'll see the 2 biggest guys on the court who just did a tip-off in mid-court. Now doing a jump ball at the free throw line in favor of the Sharks on offense. Let's see. Geety gets the tip, but it ends up going to Bino Smith, who just throws away an absurd pass to Fox, thinking the fast break already started. And forcing a pass there forward was Gredic, looking for Trace Demeff. Marcus Kennedy, that is, dumps that ball out of bounds. And so now the Sharks, with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Working this time is Jeloni Mitchell, who looks inside to find Nutter. Nutter going for a pump fake, gets the and one. He got 2 from the floor, wanted 1 more. Let's see if he can get it done in the line. You see the pass inside from Mitchell. It's tipped from Ray. Nutter gets it down low, is patient under the hoop, and makes Ray come over top, drawing the foul. Great start for this Shark squad, who now has their second sub on the bench. There's 7 guys that at least traveled. 1 more came out of the locker room as Andre Fox almost gets hit with the ball crossing into the front court. Chris Ray works it to Bino Smith. Bino Smith still looking for his first bucket. And a nifty move there. Sharks players asking for a travel, but Smith will get his first bucket of the night, laughing that one off. Now it's Jelani Mitchell. Mitchell has struggled from 3 so far this season. Looks like that will continue off that wing attempt. Bino Smith has it, doubled quickly. Marcus Kennedy, Andre Fox, Nas Core, pump fake. Get off your feet, Gredic. I'm going to bottom it anyway. There's Core again, killing it from outside. He's 2 for 2. Core now leading this squad in points right now with 6 of those. As Mitchell gets it in to the front court. And a long 3 attempted there. An air ball from Trace Demeff as Fox is on the break. Swiper, no swiping. Fox steals that one, crosses half court, and gets it done on the opposing end off the Trace Demeff air ball. The Seahawks now tied up 12-12, even keeled with the Sharks in the first quarter here at Bowie State University. Stay with us here, and we'll be right back. back here at Bowie State University, and now we have things even keeled between the Seahawks and the San Diego Sharks. Traveling lightly, only 2 subs on the bench. Now Greenwich has it. Greenwich gets it off to Nutter in the corner. Javon Nutter guarded tightly there from Bino Smith. Now we'll see the first minutes of the night from Jacob Colton. Colton has a wing 3. That one banked, but way off the mark. Rebounded inside from Geety. Getting the rebound there was Geety. And so looks like we'll see a jump ball here now. Already we can see things scrambling. This one between Geety and Chris Ray. Chris Ray gets up for it. Not in time, though. Had a bank shot off the mark there from Greenwich. Oscore has it now. An alley-oop to Ray, taking flight here from Bowie State International. So, excuse me, not 15 Quad Greenwich. This one is Bernard Johnson. Apologies there on that front. A lot of different players for this San Diego Sharks team. Not many traveled. So this one's Bernard Johnson. It's number 15 for this squad. There's Bino Smith. Gets it off. Nas Kaur tries his 3rd 3 of the game. He's got a turkey from outside. Perfect 3 for 3 from Nas Kaur. Back from departure. And he has arrived here at Bowie State University. Here's Geety. Now working is Colton. A 3 there from Johnson off the mark. Rebounded strong down low from Bino Smith. This one, Nas Kaur can't miss. 4 for 4 for Mr. Kaur from outside. Back-to-back 3s there from Kaur. Give the Seahawks a 6-point lead now. Strong rebound from Bino Smith now as Andre Fox gets it in. He'll try a wing 3 of his own. That one a little bit far right. Rebounded from Jelani Mitchell. Gets it back on the give and go. Mitchell goes all the way. Misses, tries to get his own rebound. He will. Now Bernard Johnson drops that one. Nice Kaur, shifty through the lane, inside hand finish for Kaur. They can't stop him right now. As Seahawks on an 8-3 run in the last 2 minutes. As Kaur runs into the screen. That one off the mark for Mitchell. Kaur gets his own. There's a rebound there from Kaur. Gets it right into the front court on the wing, and that's his first missed 3 of the night. He's 4 for 5, though. Driving inside is Colton. Here's Chris Ray. Up to Marcus Kennedy. Kennedy will get the finish at the cup. Swinging the rock now. Inside. Almost looked like a travel there from Geety. Julio Geety, that is. Bino Smith traveling into the front court. Tries the pass there to Chris Ray. That one's tipped out of bounds. Now we're going to see some Draco Palmer minutes, his first of the night. Also joined there Danny Agabalis for 34 for this squad. Inbounded now, Bino Smith has it. Driving inside, says, get off of me, with the lefty lay to the cup. Superb finish from Smith there, as now the Seahawks jump off to a 9-point lead here early in the first quarter. This one is another deep one from Johnson. That one front rim off the back iron. Core, a pump fake to get them off their feet. Kick out. There's a pump fake now again. Driving baseline this time. It's tipped out of bounds there from San Diego Sharks. A lot of bodies flying on that last play. Looks like the pass inside from Robinson tipped there. A three attempted and bottomed there. You can thank Josh Harrison for that one. Core driving inside, swatted away there from Geetsy. So this one will stay in the Seahawks front court. Just over a minute left in this first quarter of action. These have been pretty even between both these squads. As jumping the pass there from Josh Harrison. Hasn't shot remarkable from three this season, but Harrison actually starting off 1 for 1 from beyond the arc off his last possession. Draco Palmer looking to drop it from outside. A big rebound from Agabalis. And instead of going up, he immediately looks outward and then does a 360 and goes back up with it. Good work for Agabalis. Loves getting his teammates involved, but a beautiful, nifty drive there from Johnson. Can't finish at the cup. Now transition from Core. Seahawks step out there on the fast break. Looks like we're seeing some substitutions as well. Mo Creek coming into the game. Headed to the bench is Bino Smith. Well, as Andre Fox going to see his first rest minutes of the night. Beautiful work there. Trying to get open there is Nutter. This attempted shot off the wing. Off the mark there, that one from Colton. Now Core has it with the rest of the shot clock to play with. Core uses the screen from Agabalis, gets doubled. Core, beautiful pass, a wing three. Seahawks can't get it. That one will do it for the end of the first quarter here at Bowie State University. The Seahawks 28, Sharks 20. Good start for both squads, but the Seahawks able to cap off the first quarter with a strong run. We'll come back in just a moment and recap the end of that first quarter before entering the second. Thanks for tuning in here. We'll be back in a moment. Back here for the second quarter action. There's Miles Whitfield trying to dump it off that time to Mo Creek. One runs out of bounds. So just a little update as to why the Seahawks only 7 games for the San Diego Sharks so far this season, but that's because they need to play more games in the East Coast, and they played one last night, playing more tonight and play 3 games in this East Coast weekend. So they will catch up. A lot of the other teams in the league have played at least 10, only 7 so far for this Sharks squad. And now inbounding here. There's Josh Harrison working it over. This one in the corner, Jelani Mitchell off the mark. Rebounded from Agabaliz, who gets it off to Miles Whitfield. Miles, a high flyer. Draco Palmer in the corner. Over to A.J. Cox. Agabaliz finding Mo Creek on a fadeaway 3 in the corner. Mo Creek off balance. Still got the shooting motion. His first 3 of the night. And that'll be his first points too as well. A drive inside and a kick out. Time is Harrison. Driving baseline now is Colton. Beautiful work inside from Guillety. Able to get that one off the glass. Now a single-digit lead for the Seahawks. A.J. Cox working with Agabaliz. Agabaliz keeping the ball high, kicking it out to Creek. Palmer has it in the corner. Now Agabaliz on the wing. Creek, Miles Whitfield gonna take it from the wing, drive inside. Palmer putting that one in for his first points of the night. His second 3-point attempt of the night, and he gets one there. 50% from outside. That's Draco Palmer, and Palmer for this squad so far this season. A team best, 44.6% from 3 as a drop. Drive inside there. From Colton. Sharks playing tight defense on Miles Whitfield, who tries to drive in. Draco Palmer, a fadeaway in the corner. Can't get that one. Agabaliz and Guillety fighting for the board. Ends up being tipped away, and A.J. Cox retains it. Lose your shoes, and A.J. Cox almost killed a man in the paint there. Wants that dunk back. Wow. Take one more look at that. Cox flying up high there. Almost killed the rim. That obviously gets smacked on the wrist a little bit there from the referee's angle. Cox will now shoot 2, looking for his first points of the night. First one, good as gold. Cox gonna try his second of the night. His first free throw attempts of the night. Actually, the Seahawks' first free throw attempts of the night too. Kind of crazy there. First 2 are good though. Driving inside. That one not gonna go from the Sharks. Transition now. Cox has it again. Dumps it off to Miles Whitfield on a beautiful reverse lay. Can't get that one to go. So this one tipped out of bounds from the Sharks. It will stay Seahawks possession down on the baseline. They have 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Calling a play, setting an off-ball screen was Draco Palmer. That frees up Mo Creek. who now gets the screen from Agabaliz, the roll. Agabaliz finishes there. He gets the ball screen up top. Uses his body to create separation. Just an inside roll there. Good work for Agabaliz. As now the Sharks dump it inside the pass, and Guidi gets it as he's going to the rack. No foul there. Mo Creek throws it up top. Looking for A.J. Cox, can't get it. Getting right back, Mo Creek on an air ball. A.J. Cox, reverse layup, looking for something, can't get it. And looks like the timeout will come now from head coach Brandon Cheeks of the San Diego Sharks squad. Talking with the referees, looking for fouls there as they're going down low. They're not getting a single call at the racks, and I think that's what he's talking about right now. A short-staffed San Diego Sharks team looking to take this Seahawks squad the distance, and right now it's not looking good. The Seahawks up 13 about midway through this second quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back here to Bowie State University as the Seahawks jump off here midway into the second quarter and a double-digit 13-point lead. The struggles have come at the rim for this San Diego Sharks squad, who is short-staffed, only bringing 7 players from the West Coast to experience some of this Maryland weather that's been stunning over the last couple of days. Let's see if it holds up. But right now, it's all sunny for this Seahawks squad, especially Naz Kaur, who is back. And actually, for Naz Kaur, was just out in the last couple of weeks at a tournament in California, where the San Diego Sharks are visiting from, where his squad came away with the tournament win and $100,000 on top. So shout out Naz Kaur and their squad. Beautiful drive inside. This one from Trace Demeth. Now Demeth, 5 points, second in scoring for this Sharks team tonight. Wearing all white on his feet. Mo Creek guarded from Quan Gredich. Now Gredich driving inside, throws that pass away, looking for Harrison. A.J. Cox taking it all the way up, dumps it off to Miles Whitfield on the fast break for the lay off the glass. Harrison trying to move swiftly here in the open floor. And now Trace going to try another three. That's off the mark for Demeth. Mo Creek, little pump fake. Draco Palmer. Going to take it all the way in the lane. Can't finish with the left at the rack. Now Quan Gredich in the open floor. Kicks it off to Nutter. In the corner, Harrison hits. Big shot for Harrison now. Bring the lead for the Seahawks back to 10. one off the mark there. That's Draco Palmer. Can't seem to get things going from outside. Palmer now off that last three. 1 for 4 from outside. We're going to see some subs coming in. Palmer headed back to take a seat, as well as Mo Creek and Miles Whitfield. And A.J. Cox. It's a full reload. Now incoming for the Seahawks. See Nas Core, as well as Bino Smith and Aga Belize and Andre Fox, the reloaded lineup. Here's a three from Greenwich. That one can't go for this team's leading scorer. Andre Fox, kick out, a three here. That one good for the Seahawks. It's Cameron Keynes on that first three of the game, his first minute of the game. Good start for Keynes. Now here's Johnson, driving in on Aga Belize on the baseline. Kick out, Nutter. Can't get that one to go from the wing. Not shooting well right now from three-point range. There's 4 players on this Sharks team without a three. Bino Smith showing him how to get it done from outside there. Smith now, his first three-pointer of the night. 1 for 3 from outside. Move from Greenwich there. Working it up top. Here's Johnson. Bernard Johnson. A beautiful little wing fade there as he gets that one to go. Here's Nas Core leading all people with 14 tonight. All players. Bino Smith, another wing three. Can't get that one, as this ball will run out of bounds. No rebound there. As Aga Belize is coming out, Marcus Kennedy coming in. Joshua Harrison will take a seat for a minute as Jeloni Mitchell comes on. Mitchell so far struggling from three-point range this season, only shooting 23%. And that's seeming to hold up tonight. He's 0 for 4 from outside. Has not worked out for Jeloni Mitchell. See if he changes that. Bernard Johnson in and out and takes it all the way to Larax on a reverse lay with his left. Good work for Johnson now, as he has a court-leading 16 points. Now Score says, maybe I'll try something, but kicks it off to Bino Smith instead. Rebounded there. Here's Mitchell into the front court. Gets it off to Quan Greenwich. Back to Mitchell, wing. Guzzi tries a cross-court pass, turns it away. Now the fast break from the Seahawks. Nas Core looking to take it all the way. Gets fouled and blocked too as well. Bernard Johnson gets his first team foul of the night. Nas Core with the third and fourth free throw attempts of the night. Core has a chance to become the leading scorer of all teams tonight and tie up Bernard Johnson, who has 16 right now. Core following with 14. Core cashes the first. Big time player in Core. Nas Core rattles both home and now ties Bernard Johnson with a hardwood high of 16 points tonight. Here's Quan Greenwich leading this team in assists, rebounds, and points. Taking it all the way to the cup. Gets it high off the glass. Gets the and 1, 2. Looking for one more is Greenwich. Getting it done on offense. Has Fox on an island, opts not to use the screen there from Guti, and gets that one to go. Now let's see if he can get it done at the stripe now. Greenwich keeping it up. Driving inside his core. That one tipped away. Looking for the foul. Bernard Johnson going to try and respond. Can't get it. Here's a drive inside from Bino Smith. Says you're too small to Johnson. Gets up high for that one. Now Greenwich crosses into the midcourt. 3 minutes left in this first half. Greenwich, a little beautiful spin move through. Looks to finish with the left, can't get it. Bino Smith crosses half court, dumps it off to Fox. Fox gonna push the envelope and get it. Oh, baseline. Elbow floater there. Good work for Fox now with 6. Here's Bernard Johnson, has Nasir Kaur. Johnson looking to draw the foul, can't get it there. Nas Kaur moving. Kaur on the fast break, gonna pull up for 3. Picking up right where he left off in the first quarter. Now Kaur, 5 threes on the night. 19 points for Kaur in the first half. Now Qua Greenwich gonna try and get something going. Here's Javon Nutter. Only 2 for Nutter tonight, but now has 4 off that one. Lefty bank going downhill. Now Marcus Kennedy dumps it off to Nas Kaur on the wing, who gets it tapped away from Greenwich. Bernard Johnson traveling in the front court. Johnson fouled as he goes up. Now we'll go to the line. Let's look at the free throw attempts tonight for both squads. Only 4 free throw attempts tonight. Pretty absurd. This will be the 5th and 6th for Bernard Johnson and the San Diego Sharks. But for now, not too many fouls called. 3 fouls on the Seahawks, 4 on the It's 3 on the Sharks, 4 on the Seahawks, excuse me, as Bernard Johnson can't get that first free throw to go. Can't get the second one either, gets his own rebound. Here's Johnson. Has Cameron Canes on an island. Looks for the nifty bank off the glass, off that shifty dribble. Can't get it. Now 1.5 minutes remaining in the first half. As Nas Kaur has it, has Qua Greenwich reaching, drives all the way to the racks, gets fouled. Kaur now will head back to the line. Look at this work. Gets the ghost screen from Marcus Kennedy. Opts to go downhill. No reach in called against Greenwich, but fouled there against the San Diego Sharks. And now Nas Kaur will take the 5th and 6th free throw of the night for the Seahawks. Bottoms the first one. It's been a lot of the same for this Seahawks squad all season. And the Sharks too. For the Seahawks, shooting above 50% from the field and almost 43% from 3. Whereas for the Sharks, 36% from the field and less than 30% from 3. Seahawks have taken more threes and made more of those, which isn't too surprising, but shooting them at a much higher percentage from outside tonight. Here's Nutter on the wing, looking like setting up a play, gets it off to Guidi. Dumps it off corner. Harrison hits the side of the backboard. Harrison did not mean to do that, but drives back inside, tries to get something with his left. Can't get it. Marcus Kennedy, a 3-on-2 with Nas Kaur. Nas Kaur on the wing. Pump fake. Off the 3. Drives inside. Kaur looking for options. Swarmed at the net. Quagretich has Fox. Now here's Harrison going to throw something up. Can't get it to go. An off-balance lay. That one looked awkward. Andre Fox and Marcus Kennedy playing hot potato. Hailed to the throne as Kennedy gets it up top. And now a 20-point lead for the Seahawks with just under 30 seconds in this first half. Quagretich crosses into the midcourt. Now, dumped in the corner. Here's Harrison. Can't get that one to go. 2 seconds left. Rebounded from the Seahawks. And a 20-point lead for the Capital Seahawks, capping off the first half. Great work from them all across the board, shooting just under 43% from 3 and dominating on the glass. 31 rebounds to 19. The Sharks only have 19 rebounds, most of those being defensive rebounds. 16 assists off buckets for the Seahawks compared to 2 for the Sharks. A lot of ISO ball being played from this San Diego squad. They're going to have to come back with more in the second half, only with 3 subs coming off the bench. Not a lot of travel from the west to the east. And right now it's been all Seahawks driving automatic here at Bowie State University. We'll be back in about 10.5 minutes or so. Be back for more action. Don't go anywhere. Go use the bathroom, get some food, and head right back to the couch for more second half action. Second half action here at Bowie State University. It's the San Diego Sharks traveling all the way from the West Coast, taking the flight over here to take on the Capital Seahawks on the East Coast. And the Sharks have a couple more games to play, at least 3 this weekend here on the East Coast. That's to catch up with the rest of the 94-50 League in its inaugural year. And the Seahawks with a 20-point lead after the first half. Most of that scoring has been thanks to Nasir Kaur, who just came back from a 2-game hiatus, being down in San Diego actually for a big tournament where his winning team came away with 6 figures. Yeah, that's $100,000 after winning that tournament. So shout out to Nasir Kaur. He's got 21 tonight off 5 3-pointer attempts. He is shooting way above 50% from 3-point range. And so now Kaur with the inbound to start things off in the second half. It's Bino Smith crossing into the midcourt over top of the Bulldog logo. Gets it off to Andre Fox, takes it right back. Bino Smith bringing the heat to open up the second half. Top of the key 3 there, extends the lead to 23. And now Qua Gredic gets into the midcourt. Gredic gets the screen, this time from Guidi. Off-ball movement there. Driving in is Mitchell. Looking to find Johnson, can't do it. Chris Ray, a little behind the back pass. Now Bino Smith, a cross-court pass. Andre Fox, Marcus Kennedy up top. Reloading, can't get it. A rebound, Bino Smith, corner. Tries to jet a pass down low under the hoop. Can't find anybody. Johnson, Mitchell. Mitchell working, Gredic gonna slow things down, ease it up, gets to the ball screen from Guidi, dumps it off, this time Nutter. Javon can't get it there, rebounded. Nasir Kaur into the open court. Tries to find Andre Fox, has not been able to get things going tonight. Fox, 0-3 from outside now after that attempt. Here's Nutter, gets it off to Mitchell, who's got Fox. A little screen and go there. Good work from Guidi and Mitchell off that bucket. Now to cut the lead to 21. Here's Bino Smith. Over top of the Bulldog logo, says, why not pull up? That one off the front rim and the backboard. Rebounded from Guidi. Qua Gredic moving swiftly. Gredic off to Guidi. Mitchell on the wing. Mitchell still looking for that first bucket of the night. Will weave into traffic and get it there. 2 points now for Mitchell. Here's Bino Smith crossing half court. Finds Fox. Back to Smith. Nasir Kaur looking to pick up where he left off in the first half. Taking it up high. A little high off the glass there. Kaur goes to the floor. Johnson moving in the open floor. Mitchell looking for his first 3 of the night. Side of the backboard there with that open look. Rebounded from Gredic. Javon Nutter, a wing 3. Mitchell gonna drive in. Beautiful floater there as he sidesteps to his left foot and takes it up, a floater with the right. Now a 17-point lead for the Seahawks. Here's Kaur and Fox playing with it up top. Chris Ray says, I can take it up with the left hand. Avoids contact, gets that one to go. A 19-point lead for the Seahawks. Qua Gredic and this Sharks team starting to lose steam. Only 2 subs on the bench for them. Here's Mitchell. A screen there from Nutter. Gets Mitchell on an island with Chris Ray. Ray gets called for the reach-in foul. The leading scorers for the first half, 21 points for Nasir Kaur. And for Bernard Johnson of the San Diego Sharks visiting, 16 points for him. A big struggle in that first half for the Sharks. See if they're going to have to address it in the locker room. Not sure if it was discussed or not. Only 2 assists in that entire first half. And if you want some comparison, 16 assists for the Seahawks. A lot of cutting, a lot of moving in traffic, a lot of assisted buckets and off screens for the Seahawks, whereas for the Sharks. Not so much, but Bino Smith takes a photo of that one, trying to remember the moment. Caps off another three. That's his third three of the game. Now an attempt there from Johnson, rebounded from Smith. Fox moving in to the front court. Marcus Kennedy taking it all the way up. Fixing the net there is Kennedy, as now the Seahawks are starting to dig a hole for the Sharks. Slow motion move there from Greenwich as he moves through the lane. Catching up is Chris Ray and the Seahawks. Ray leading all of the 94-50 league in blocks. 17 of those coming into tonight. Now inbounded, here's Nutter. Here's Mitchell at the wing. Mitchell has Ray on him. Mitchell, a little dribble pull up. Mitchell gets it there on the wing. About as far as you can be for a two-pointer. Mitchell caps it off in the #1 blocks leader in the 94-50 league's face. As Bino Smith tries again from outside. This one in and out. Rebounded for Mitchell. Crosses midcourt. Mitchell gonna take it all the way up and in. That one off the racks. Mitchell gets his own rebound. Javon Nutter gets it. Nutter gonna try and go up with the left. Off the bank, gets it. Now the Sharks are trying to keep more people back because of the quick transition from the Seahawks. Here's Andre Fox, still looking to get things going. Kicks it back up to Nas Core, who's had things going. And Core can't get that one to go home. Here's Quad Greenwich moving in to the open floor and tries a little bump there on Chris Ray to get the easy deuce, can't get it. And so, take one more look at that. You see Greenwich take it coast to coast. You see Chris Ray trailing the whole way and gets the bump on Ray there. Almost gets the bucket too, a little Steph Curry-esque off-balance floater. Spoke with Greenwich at halftime. He was wearing a different number than he usually does, usually rocking at 1-5, the 15, but a jersey swap there. Game respects game a little bit before the opening whistle. So Greenwich rocking #7 tonight. And so far for Greenwich, some good work. Now has 4 points, can't get that second free throw to go. And now the pass off from Nas Core to Andre Fox. Fox has struggled tonight, but it's a good night for him to be faltering as the Seahawks have a 21-point lead. That's thanks to almost every scorer in the lineup scoring tonight. Everybody who's played tonight for the Seahawks has scored a bucket. They're sharing the love. As Johnson gonna drive in. A reverse layup off the glass. He's swarmed by Seahawks, who now move into the open floor. Here's Fox. He's got Greenwich on him. Now Bino Smith trying to back down Harrison on the baseline. Gets fouled there off a reach-in. Looks like the Seahawks will take the first time out in this third quarter of action. A 21-point lead they've jumped off to. It was 20 at the half, and now extending it just a little bit more marginally are the Seahawks, and they are sharing the wealth on offense. Everybody feels like a scorer tonight, except for this Sharks squad. Let's see if they can start to mount a comeback before it's too late. Welcome back. More third quarter action here at Bowie State University. This time between the Capital Seahawks, local, and the visiting San Diego Sharks. Seahawks had a 20-point lead at the half, has extended it slightly here in the third quarter by 1 point. That's thanks to a three from Bino Smith and a little bit of back and forth from the Sharks. As a turnover there. Costly one coming out of the timeout. But now a lack of communication seems like that was the problem. Quagredic looking for Johnson off the pin down screen. Johnson drives in, off balance lay, can't get it. Draco Palmer. Here's Bino Smith, swinging it. It's a wing. Driving inside, Nazcor kicks it out. Palmer can't get it to go. Marcus Kennedy on the boards, looks to get that one to go. Just gets rebound and the foul. One more look. You see Draco Palmer struggled outside tonight, but a big rebound from Marcus Kennedy. He's fourth in the league in rebounds per game, and he averages a double-double. What else can you ask for from your big man? Except let's see if he can get some free throw points here. A struggle so far tonight for the Seahawks, really 4 for 8 from free throw line, but for the Seahawks, 5 for 7. Another rebound there, back-to-back free throw misses for Marcus Kennedy. Hasn't exactly been his night altogether. 10 points, though, and 6 rebounds, so he's still getting his job done. As the drive inside from Guidi gets fouled. This might become a fouling contest back and forth. See who can last longer. My money's on the Seahawks, as the Sharks only have 2 subs. That's something they have to be careful with from the start of this game. It actually started with just 1 sub on the bench, and then they gained 1 more as time went on. Somebody must have suited up from the locker room. Missed the national anthem. Katie gets that first one. And seals the second one home. Now only a 19-point lead for the Seahawks. As the mascot floating around too. Hanging out with the squad. Here's Nazcor. Over to Draco Palmer. Gets Bino Smith on the wing. Palmer. Smith. Core. Little jab step 3. Can't get it to go. Saving it inbounds, A.J. Cox kicks it out. Palmer back up top. Nada. Tip there, rebounded back up from the Seahawks. Marcus Kennedy takes it up top. A one-hand slam for the big man. Now 12 points for him. Quagredic turned away, A.J. Cox. Is Cox gonna fly? He misses the wide open layup. Gredic needs to cross half court. And that's 8 seconds. A little bit questionable. Take one more look at this. Gredic ends up with this rebound after A.J. Cox had a free one. That was the look at that last Marcus Kennedy slam, though. Now Core has it back up top after that 8-second violation. A big 3, another one there. Now here's Johnson. Driving inside. Gets it off. That's Nutter. Beautiful off-balance wing fadeaway there from Nutter. There's Nazcor. Falls off the screen. Gets it back, now working around. Palmer finds Kennedy inside. Beautiful work. It touches all 10 hands of the Seahawks on that offensive stance to give them now a 24-point lead. Here's Bernard Johnson. as Bino Smith on an island. Takes it inside. Beautiful inside hand finish there, but can't get it to go. A rebound from Guidi. He's fouled on the floor. That one from Nazcour. Now we'll see. Cameron Bino Smith and Marcus Kennedy headed to the bench. Mo Creek coming on the floor, as well as Miles Whitfield. Looking to get the inbound. Now Johnson has it inside. Uses his strength there to take Whitfield to the cup. 22-point lead for the Seahawks. Here's Draco Palmer looking to direct traffic. Here's inside, it's Gaines. Finds a cutting A.J. Cox, who tries to finish with the left there. Can't get that one. Looks like a basket violation. Interference as the ball was still in the cup from the offense. So now the Sharks looking to build some momentum, inbounded to Harrison. Guarded from Palmer. Way out on the wing. Here's Harrison. Takes two dribbles, then the pull-up. Johnson looking to get that rebound and put it back. Here's Miles Whitfield moving with speed. And going up top there is Gaines. Gets the roll off the glass there. 24-point lead back for the Seahawks. Here's Gredic. Gredic gets it off to Harrison, who drives inside looking for the and one. Can't get that one. Been good for the Sharks so far to be staying out of foul trouble. Just because only two reserves tonight. Two guys on the bench for them. And a struggle. Be traveling on the road like that with only 7 guys on the floor. It's going to be a tough away stand for them. Harrison gets it done. First one from the line. See if Harrison gets the second. Both of them good from the line from Harrison. Now only a 22-point lead again. Here's Miles Whitfield, local Prince George's County native. Oh, beautiful cut from Whitfield. And the finish there from Gaines. Picked up in the last week or so for this Seahawks squad. Efficient minutes so far from Gaines down low. Gredic gets it in. Past midcourt. Guarded from A.J. Cox. A screen there from Goody. Gredic drives all the way in. Gets a wide open look at the cup, but can't seem to get it to go home. Here's A.J. Cox driving all the way in. Gets the bucket. No foul called, but goes to the ground. The Seahawks now back with a 24-point lead. Here's Harrison. Gets the screen inside from Goody. Turns it over. Here's Mo Creek. Now Whitfield, high flying, taking it upstairs. Could have brushed his teeth on the rim. That's how high he was. Rebound from Whitfield. After getting that last bucket, Whitfield flying. See if he goes a little bit too close to the sun. Kicks it out. Gaines, top of the key three. That one off front iron. Rebounded from Johnson. Moving it forward. Harrison has a wide open look from the wing. Harrison tries it on Palmer. The length of Palmer's wingspan gets that one away. Here's Mo Creek. Takes it inside. Gaines upstairs. Going high flying. The Seahawks a 30-point lead over the visiting San Diego Sharks. And you can see that when Whitfield takes it high there. And wow, oh wow, how things have run away from the Sharks. This one looks to be a little bit out of reach now, but just under a minute now left in this third quarter. Stay with us. there for the Seahawks. Gives them now a 30-point lead in this one. The last bucket from the San Diego Sharks were 2 free throws from Joshua Harrison. Now here is Mitchell. Jelani Mitchell has Whitfield on an island. Whitfield strips him. Now A.J. Cox moving into the front court. Cox gets this one off the glass with the left. Who's going to stop the Seahawks? They're soaring high in this third quarter. A 10-0 run. Greenwich needs to get the shot off. He does. Not enough behind it, as now the Seahawks a 32-point lead headed into the fourth quarter. An understaffed San Diego Sharks team coming all the way over 2,000 miles to get here. And let's see if they have enough to come within arm's reach of this Seahawks squad that is undefeated on the year, 11-0 overall, 5-0 at home, 6-0 away, looking to make that 6-0 at home. In their first 5 games, they won by an average of 21 points. And in the 2 games played versus the San Diego Sharks, they have won by an average of 39 points. And so now the Seahawks going to look to extend this lead even more. Maybe get some depth players in, allow some of these guys to get scoring more. But let's just check out. Let's see who has been some of the bigger scorers tonight. We'll do both squads, but let's start off with the Seahawks, who have been dominating all across the board. Nazir Kaur leading the way. 6 threes for him. That adds up. Eventually you get into 24 points when you tack in the 4 free throws he got and 1 bucket on the floor. Cameron Bino Smith, a double-double. That's the only one tonight for any player on the hardwood. He's got 15 points and 11 rebounds. Got to speak with him in the back hallway. Super nice guy. Even nicer player, though, as we can see that tonight here at Bowie State University. And Marcus Kennedy, the last player in double digits for the Seahawks, 14.6 rebounds. More of a quiet night from Kennedy, but he's still killing them on the glass with 6 of those rebounds and just dominant points down low. He's got one of the few dunks tonight, and it was one of those explosive, emotional dunks. You gotta love it. Now, the Sharks looking to come back out. Only 1 scorer for the Sharks in double figures, and that's the guy with the ball, Bernard Johnson. 18 points for him. Next closest scorer is Jelani Mitchell with 8 points. Mitchell now has it. Gets the high ball screen from Goody, who gets the ball off the roll. Kicks it. Greenwich. Pump fake. Nutter going upstairs. Beautiful reverse layup. He was in the air for far too long there. Miles Whitfield taking it inside. Midfield, a give and go. Showtime here at Bowie State University. The Seahawks now back up 32. Jumping the pass there, attempted from A.J. Cox. Bernard Johnson looking to score 20 points. Has Naz Kaur. Tries to stuff it in his face there. That one off back iron. Whitfield, Naz Kaur. Kick out. A.J. Cox. Can't get that one to go. The wing 3, no good for Cox. Rebounded from Greenwich. Cox will now pick up. Runs into the screen of Goody. Driving inside against Gaines. Gaines blocks there. Good enough for Greenwich to get the nudge, but Gaines tries to get the swat. 2 free throws now coming for Greenwich. Let's take one more look. You see the screen from Goody against Cox, and then driving inside is Greenwich on Gaines. Just a little bit of a nudge, a little bit too much. The referees saw there, and so now we will see some more free throws. This time for the Sharks, it will be their 13th and 14th of the night. First one not good. And I think this is where things start to just marinate in the minds of these San Diego players. It's a 31-point lead. Right? At a certain point, 10 and a half minutes, you're understaffed, only 2 guys on the bench. And now a 3 this time. Mo Creek can't miss. Mo Creek's now got 6, his second 3-pointer of the night. Here's Javon Nutter. Now playing zone on the Seahawks. But staying here is Whitfield on Johnson. And he gets fouled. Not sure if that was going to go against Whitfield or Nas Kaur. Take one more look. You see Whitfield trying to fight over top of the screen, stays with Johnson. Yeah, that's going to be a foul there on Whitfield. At least it should have been. In the shooting motion, Johnson going up with the right, even though he's dribbling to the left, and he gets fouled there from Whitfield. Johnson struggles from the free throw line tonight. He would already have 20 points. He's 2 for 4 from the line now. After that last miss, 2 for 5. Gets that one to go. 3 for 6 is Johnson from the line. Here's Nas Kaur, leading all scorers tonight with 24. Dumps it off to Whitfield. Kaur, pump fake at 3. Gonna kick it out. This time Whitfield. A little floater, a little bit too much. A.J. Cox, a big man rebound and a big man bucket. A 35-point lead for the Seahawks. Here's Quagredic. Javon Nutter, a 3 from the wing. That one, can't get it. Bodies flying everywhere. Whitfield able to keep it in play. A.J. Cox's spin. It's showtime. Seahawks soaring high right now. As a bucket in transition real quickly that time from Bernard Johnson. Now he joins the 20-point club. 1 of 2 tonight, along with the guy with the ball. That's Nas Kaur. Says no to the screen and dumps it off to Mo Creek, who can't miss from outside right now. The last 2 threes coming from Creek. Quagredic dumps it off to Mitchell. Mitchell gonna try and lean in and get the bucket. Great rebound and defense from Kaur. Beautiful advance pass that time for Mo Creek. High flying is A.J. Cox. A miscommunication on the lob, but good transition work from the Seahawks. Look how fast they're moving here. Look at this save again from Miles Whitfield to get A.J. Cox off a spinning lay with the left. Man, the Seahawks are rolling right now. They just got to 101 points, and you know what that means. When opponents score more than 100 points or more on the Sharks end up losing. In games they limit opponents to 100 points or less, they are undefeated, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case tonight. 38-point lead for the Seahawks. Johnson driving in, leading this Sharks squad in scoring. A good outlet pass from Bino Smith. Now to Miles Whitfield, gets the bump and the deuce. Should have been an and one. Big boy bucket for the little man out of Prince George's County. Javon Nutter tries to go up with the left there, can't get it. Bino Smith, the forward pass. This one, Nas Kaur, Miles Whitfield. Oh my goodness. Goes up for the dunk, misses the catch, and still gets it done with the right. When I spoke with GM of the Seahawks, Mike Burrows, he said the crowd's going to love this kid in Whitfield. And man, was he right. A.J. Cox advancing the pass. Here's Nas Kaur. Another wing 3. Kaur! Can't stop him here at Bowie State University. That's Kaur's 7th 3 of the night. I'm not one for comparisons, especially to NBA players by any means. But the other night, 7 threes for the returner. That's Steph Curry. And now in this league, it feels like with the return of Kaur, in comparison to the 94-50 league, Kaur is that guy. Returning. And now Kaur with 27. A pump fake this time. That's traced him off the mark. Rebounded, Nutter. Can't get that 3. Rebounded from Kaur. Kaur moves swiftly now. Crosses midcourt. Kaur upstairs. Cox! Double C's in the air here at Bowie State. 110 points for the Seahawks. And add that to a 45-point lead. Rebounded there. Bino Smith. Now Nas Core and him having a laugh about it. Let's see what Core does. Core one-on-one with an ISO. Gets it off to Cox. Kick out. Core corner. Bino Smith back up. This time Mo Creek gets it on the wing. 3 threes for Creek. Here's Mitchell. Maybe going to try a 3. Takes 1 dribble in and tries the long 2. Mitchell! Gonna fly. Looks like he gets hit in the wrist there. That will be a foul. Like 1 more timeout. You see Nas Core moving. Finds Cox in the air. Man, it feels like the Seahawks have never played this good before. Not only are they holding the Sharks to less than 70 points with less than 7 minutes in the 4th quarter, but they already have 110 plus points, so 113 right now, and they are shooting 58% from the field, 45% from 3-point range. And let's just take a look just for reference overall. In terms of 3-point shooting this season, sure, the Seahawks are very high in the league. They're as good as 2nd place in the league in 3-point shooting at 38%. But tonight, shooting 45% from 3, that is substantially better. And for the San Diego Sharks, shooting 34% from 3 tonight. 34% from 3 on the season, 20% from 3 tonight. And you gotta think some of these threes they're putting up, they're 5 for 24 from 3. Some of these threes they're putting up, you gotta think it's just a tired player's shot. It's 7 guys that they're traveling with. It can't be easy for head coach Cheeks and his squad. Let's take a look at what we expected tonight coming in here, and what the Sharks needed coming in. What they for sure needed was a big game from Qua Gredic. Hadn't really been able to get that, to be honest. It's a guy in 3rd in the league in assists, and tonight, shocking from Gredic, a big donut. That's 0 assists for him. And I think that really propels part of this Sharks offense. Overall on the game, only 2 assists, and they had 2 assists ending the 2nd quarter. At the end of the first half, 2 assists, and now still more than halfway through the 3rd quarter. More than halfway through the 4th quarter. Still only 2 assists. Big 3rd quarter from the Seahawks really propelled their success in this one so far. This is the best we've seen from them all season. 6 scorers in double figures for the Seahawks compared to only 2 for the Sharks. And that could almost be 7 scorers with Cameron Gaines has 9 points, not currently on the floor for the Seahawks. Here's Mitchell, misses the 2nd. Gets it off to Bino Smith, who crosses half court. Here's Mo Creek. Looked like he was going to step into a deep 3. Will he this time? A little pump fake. Mo Creek tries that shot off the glass. Mitchell rebounds. Now flying in the open floor is Mitchell. Little Euro step. Tries to dump it off. Can't get it in the hands of his guy, traced him off. And now Miles Whitfield, a beautiful 1 dribble turnaround. Reverse layup there. Good work for Whitfield. Now a 49-point lead for this Seahawks squad. They've won by an average of 39 points so far versus the Sharks this season. Not sure who Gredic was looking for there, but that'll be a kickball. Got away with that one. Here's Greenwich using the screen. Dumps it off to Mitchell. Still struggles from outside for Mitchell. See if he tries another one, a pump fake. Greenwich, Mitchell running low on the shot clock. A drive inside, probably takes the most contested shot he could. Mo Creek can't respond with that three. Rebounded A.J. Cox. There's Bino Smith. And so Nas Core tries his 1v1 specialty. And that time he stays with the ball, but a cross-court pass. Not necessary there, but that'll be a bucket there for Goody. Been their most efficient player on the team this season. Tonight, the lowest amount of points there as Bino Smith tries a three. Beautiful drive inside there from Trace Demoff. Demoff will go to the line now. Wow, Demoff, good for the first one. Good for the second. Good work for Demoff there. Still a 45-point lead for the Seahawks. Nas Core fouled trying to get the ball there. Looks like Jelani Mitchell gets hit up high too. I don't know if him and, looks like maybe him and Core made contact up high there. Bino Smith looking for the backdoor cut from Cox. Can't get it. Jelani Mitchell going to try another wing three. Has struggled there all season. That will continue tonight. Mitchell now 0 for 6 from 3. Kick out. Core for 30. Unable to get that one. As that ball goes off Mo Creek's foot. Sloppy dribble mid-court. Forces Creek to come over and goes off his foot and out of bounds. Now here's Javon Nutter. 8 points on the night for Nutter. 0 for 4 from outside though. Struggles from three-point have been a theme tonight for the Shark squad. And costly turnovers there, as you see there. Johnson just tries another cross-court pass. Unnecessary. As Core takes that one inside, gets the bucket. Core now with 29. Core the only scorer on the Seahawks with more than 20, but they have 5 scorers with more than 10 points. Bucket there from Greenwich. A shot there, attempted off the mark there from Mo Creek. Trace Demoff gets it down to Javon Nutter, who takes it baseline, gets it off the glass for 2. There's Bino Smith directing traffic. Waves off A.J. Cox. Has it about 10 feet outside the wing. A backdoor cut from Cox. Can't get the first one, gets his own rebound, lays it in off the glass. A step back, this time Javon Nutter. Almost puts Miles Whitfield on a highlight reel. Can't get the 3 to go. Now Mo Creek traveling in the front court. Looks like he was fouled driving to the rim. Gonna stay on the floor though here. Looks like it's gonna be a baseline inbound. Excuse me, a side out. Inbound is what it's gonna be. A.J. Cox has it. Inbound, Nas Core. Nas Core. Will he get 30? Core gets his own rebound, tries to at least. Core with 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Here's Quadratic off the trace, Demeth. An air ball from Demeth. Now here's Core, going upstairs! Gets the dunk, but wasn't clean. He still gets 31 though on the night. Core, the only scorer on the night here at the Bowie State Hardwood with over 30 points. Johnson gets it off to Gredic, almost a turnover. A 3 there, tried from Trace Demith. Can't make it. Core, gonna add on to his scoring streak. Not on that one there. A layup there, that time from Bernard Johnson. Johnson, almost 30 points per game across 4 games played. 25% of his points come from free throws. As Core adding on to his point total now with 33. Bernard Johnson, a behind the back pass to Trace Demith, who's gonna get the layup to roll in. Less than a minute left in this one. AJ Cox goes up high for that one, catches it, and immediately a 3. 3/4 of a minute left here at Bowie State. This Friday night of action. Gredic, again, Demith in the corner. Can't drop that one. Bino Smith and Mo Creek playing hot potato again. Gets it off to Bino Smith. Kicks it out again. This 3, no good for Mo Creek. And now it's just a lot of back and forth transition ball from Bernard Johnson, the layup there. 25 points for him. Bino Smith throws up the lob to AJ Cox, can't get it. Another 3 attempted from Nas Core. Try to get his 8th of the game. That'll be it. A big shot though from Bernard Johnson, a deep one to end off this game. The San Diego Sharks are getting sent home thanks to the Capital Seahawks, who are now 12-0, the only undefeated team left here in the 94-50 League, and they win this one handily. This one by 43 points. Thanks to 33 of those from Nazir Core returning after a hiatus, coming off a big tournament win in California. He said the San Diego Sharks can head back there. But how about the scores tonight for the Capital Seahawks? We had 6 Seahawks with double-digit figures tonight. That's, of course, Nazir Core, Cameron Bino Smith, Marcus Kennedy, AJ Cox, Miles Whitfield, and Maurice Mo Creek. As for the Sharks, though, altogether we're not able to get the job done. 3 scores in double digits, but Bernard Johnson led the way with 25. Did not shoot well altogether from 3, and I think that was their kryptonite tonight, was this Bowie State Hardwood, shooting 17% from 3. But that's all to say on this Friday night of action under the lights here. The Seahawks able to soar high and shine. They will stay undefeated. And so now in the 94-50 League, next up for the San Diego Sharks, will take on the Virginia Valley Vipers. That one is tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Virginia. And as for the Capital Seahawks, they play next Friday against the Baltimore Rhythm at 7 p.m. We thank you all for tuning in tonight. For all my cameramen and my producers, I thank you so much for all the hard work you put in to put on a good show. Hope you guys enjoyed from wherever you're watching. I'm James Consoli, signing off for Bowie State University.